Welcome to a short, quick tip tutorial. I will show you how you can edit the IP in the game itself, for example in the Blender editor or in a standalone version. As you can see, we have here a server. There's an always sensor with a server Python script. The special is that you can edit all the properties in the add-on with properties with the same name at game property in the server object. So the part can edit directly when you change a property here, it will be changed here too. Now have a look at the client. We have a simple circle which we can move with the keyboard, and we have the client. As you can see, the client has properties too, for the part, the name and the IP. Now we would like to change the IP with the keyboard before the game starts. Well, how will we do that? It's very simple. On the one state, the client is running. On the other state, there's a IP copy. We copy the property from this text object here. So if I add a string property, a text property, and take this property in here, change this to that what we type in, and change then the state so that we can type forever. And always, at the same time, always this text object replaced the IP of the client object. And if I press F1, the game starts. It starts before, but it starts as the client is running if I press F1. We can test it in the game engine and then in the standalone. I have here the server and here is the client. If we run the server with P, you can see there's nothing. When we run the client, there is nothing happened on the server. Now we can see that the IP is nothing. So if we press in localhost and then press F1 to start the client, so localhost is now changed to the IP property. If I press F1, you can see we are in the game because we entered the IP and then run the client script. That's how you can make a menu, for example, type in the IP, press any button you want, and then run the client. But this works on the standalone method too. As you can see, we have a client and a server as standalone mode. We can walk around, but the server don't receive any data because the IP is not defined. Now let's tip add localhost, and we are there. So you can join and leave the server or add any IP that you want. You can add anything. You can change all the parameters. The parts you can change, the name you can change, and the most important thing, the IP, you can change the IP.